A student was attacked?
Please shelter in place until further notice.
They have questions about the attack. Is the neighborhood not safe anymore? Will there be more security?
The team's shook. There's so much riding on this tournament.
So what should I tell them? That you're planning on doing nothing?
All American Homecoming. New episode Monday at its new time, 8/7 Central on the CW.
Don't miss the true crime docuseries Crime Nation, Saturdays at 8/7 Central.
Now attend to roaring crowds. Former President Trump arrives at the Republican National Convention wearing a bandage over his ear, appearing for the first time with his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance.
Plus, the Secret Service under scrutiny tonight after Trump's assassination attempt. What went wrong? Who is responsible? And what we're learning about the 20-year-old shooter.
And case dismissed. A stunning decision by the Florida judge in Trump's classified documents case. Why she threw out the case, the expected appeal, and what comes next. Now on the News at 10. Good evening, I'm Micah Ullman.
And I'm Cher Calvin. For the first time since a gunman's assassination attempt, former President Donald Trump makes a triumphant appearance at the Republican National Convention.
Wearing a bandage over his right ear, Trump appears for the first time with his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. We have live team coverage on the RNC, the latest on the investigation into the assassination attempt against him and his big legal win in Florida.
We begin with Mary Beth McDade with highlights of today's Day 1 at the RNC and his VP pick, J.D. Vance. MB.
Well, Sharon, Micah, there were just so many highlights today. Of course, the biggest one of the night was, of course, when Donald Trump walked out onto the convention floor just 48 hours after being shot. And we also got a first look at Trump and his VP pick together. And another first, a Teamster addressing the RNC. An emotional and bandaged Donald Trump showed up at the first night of the Republican National Convention. It was the first time he was seen in public since the assassination attempt.
He has proven to be one tough SOB.
Trump sat next to his VP pick, Senator J.D. Vance. Earlier in the day, after the grand old party made Trump their official GOP presidential nominee, Trump selected Vance as his running mate. Vance then was seen receiving a warm response as he entered the floor with his wife.
J.D. is a living embodiment of the American dream. He came from humble beginnings, and even as his life took him to places he might have never imagined, he never forgot where he came from.
Vance is a 39-year-old father of 3 and the junior senator from Ohio, who was first elected in 2022. He was once a Trump critic, but turned into a loyal supporter once he got to know Trump. Vance grew up from humble beginnings in the Rust Belt.
He was born in Appalachia to a single-parent family. Mom was a drug addict. He was raised by his grandma. And in his book, Hillbilly Elegy, his life was really going nowhere.
But his life changed when he enlisted in the Marine Corps.
That turns his life around. He goes to the Ohio State University, Yale Law School, and boom, venture capital fund and United States Senator and now the Vice President. I mean, it is the true American dream story.
Vance spoke to Fox News Monday night.
I'm so grounded, man. My faith, I got to spend a few hours with my wife and kids today. We've got a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. Things are crazy and things are way different, but I'm still a husband and a dad first, and that's going to make me a very happy guy over the next 4 months.
KTLA's political expert says Trump chose Vance for his loyalty and conservative values.
This is an election that's going to be decided by about 100,000 votes. Unless something dramatically changes, those votes could be the ones that J.D. Vance goes out and get that forgotten middle America.
Monday night speakers consisted of an array of GOP leaders, business people, and celebrities who focused on Monday's theme, the economy.
We were safer, wealthier, and stronger. A vote for Donald Trump is a vote to put money back in our pockets and good food on our kids' plates.
As Republicans unite around Trump, Trump's final presidential primary challenger, Nikki Haley, who was originally not going to attend the convention, is now expected to speak tomorrow night. J.D. Vance will speak on Wednesday, and then Trump will close out the convention with his speech on Thursday night. Micah?